Philadelphia's leading news program with meteorologist Brittany Boyer and Walter Perez.
It is Sunday night. I'm Walter Perez, and the news and investigations underway after police say a security guard shot and killed a man at the IHOP in Center City. Plus, Penn State football coach James Franklin fired after more than 11 seasons. But the big story in Action News is the AccuWeather alert in place for a coastal storm impacting the Jersey Shore. We're taking a live look outside at the conditions at this hour from our attheshore.com camera in Ocean City, New Jersey. Many roads in South Jersey, including Shore Road in Absecon, are already flooded this afternoon. You can see vehicles driving through a few inches of standing water there. The storm is also impacting public transit. Several bus routes are suspended. Atlantic City rail line service is stopped between Atlantic City and 30th Street Station in Philadelphia through the end of the day tomorrow. We have live team coverage of the storm's impact. Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne joins us live as she heads down the shore. But first, meteorologist Brittany Boyer is here with the update with the AccuWeather forecast. Brittany.
And you can see with some of that video how shaky it is because the winds are picking up as this storm strengthens and moves its way up the coast here. An area of low pressure just off the coast of North Carolina is going to be making its way to the north, but this is a coastal storm, which means you're looking at the most impacts at the coast. And you can see there's not much rainfall for the interior areas, a couple of light spotty showers north and west. The rainfall has been mostly confined to the shore and throughout parts of South Jersey, but I'm not so concerned about the rain. This is going to be more of a gusty wind and a tidal flooding issue here. So looking at some of the wind gusts so far at the shore, Tuckerton 50 miles per hour, Cape May Harbor over 50 miles per hour. We already have some gusts this evening approaching 60 miles per hour in spots like Sea Isle City. So let's talk about what we can expect with the next high tide cycles. We have our next one coming in after midnight tonight. We're looking at a moderate to major threat of tidal flooding. So water inundation 2 to 3 feet. Tomorrow afternoon, it is moderate to major from 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we start to gradually improve by Tuesday morning. It is a moderate to minor threat for coastal flooding. So breaking things down, the next 24 hours, we have the strongest winds now through Monday morning at the shore, up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts. And again, major tidal flooding is expected, especially with Monday afternoon's tidal cycle, your high tide cycle. Inland areas, we have showers developing. It's been quiet today. I think tomorrow is going to be a wetter day. I see no flooding issues inland, and we could have gusts around 50 miles per hour east of Philadelphia. We'll talk more about the timing and when the sunshine returns when I come back in a few minutes, Walter.
Conditions are raw at the shore for
Oh,
her.
yeah.
All right, thank you, Brittany. Many people in Atlantic City stepped outside to check out conditions before spending the rest of their Sunday inside. The rain has resulted in some businesses being flooded out and 50-mile-per-hour winds gusting on the boardwalk. Action News reporter Chad Perdelli has details tonight.
High tide around 1 p.m. and the 2700 block of Fairmount Avenue had minor flooding from the bay in Atlantic City.
It's normal. It's just going to be a little bit higher than normal. Like, it's normal to flood here all the time.
The coastal storm churned the Atlantic, bellowing out Mother Nature's roar. Salvatore Cantonese has been through this before, having lived in Atlantic City for 70 years.
It's heavy, it's brutal, it's misty, it's romantic. You gotta love it.
Gusty winds approaching 60 miles per hour and tidal flooding are the main concerns with this storm. The boardwalk was largely desolate and quiet except for the waves crashing. Alex Fay took in the storm for a few minutes.
And we want to just breathe a little bit, and I feel like in this high wind, we're going to have more clean air, I believe. Yes.
So you're going to enjoy it, get some clean air, and just take it all in, huh?
Absolutely.
The brunt of the storm will continue through the day, and down here, it's best to hunker indoors.
Got my flashlights ready, all the junk food, and it's football day, so it can't be bad.
And another main concern with this storm is beach erosion. And with the storm lasting well into tomorrow, that assessment will likely happen on Tuesday. In Atlantic City, Chad Perdelli, Channel 6, Action News.
Meanwhile, the winds are whipping and the waves are churning in Ventnor as residents hunker down inside this evening. The weather is creating a mess on roads for drivers. Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne joins us live along the Atlantic City Expressway. And Cheyenne, you've been trying to make your way to the shore, but it's been a slow go.
Hi, Walter. It is an absolute mess on the roadways. Just to kind of put it into perspective, we left the city at 3:30. It's now 6 o'clock, and we will be lucky if we get to Ocean City by 6:30. That means it is going to possibly take us over 3 hours to get from Philadelphia to Ocean City, but we're trying to make our way to the shore because that is where the worst of the conditions are going to be. Let me give you a quick look at the roads right now to give you an exact location. We are on the Atlantic City Expressway near exit 9. On traffic, as you can see, it's moving extremely slowly because of a car crash. Now, we don't know if this is weather related, but the conditions on the road, they are wet and slippery. We also could feel a lot of that wind pulling us as we drove down here. But from the roadways, we have been tracking the conditions at the shore. Well, impacts have been well underway most of the day. The wind, now that is the main concern, with gusts up to 60 miles per hour causing that coastal flooding that we've been telling you about. At the shore, we have seen a lot of pictures coming in. We had high tide this afternoon, and there have been a number of reports of road closures and reports of also water on the roads. We do have another high tide threat midnight tonight until 3 a.m. And also looking at this road, we can imagine that this is the road conditions in a lot of places around our area. That's why a lot of officials, they are just telling people, if you do not have to be outside in these messy conditions, you are asked to just stay at home. But we are heading down the shore. We are expected to see a lot of that flooding. If you do live down the shore, they are suggesting that you move your car to a higher location to prepare for that flooding that you may be seeing. Again, there's another high tide threat coming at midnight until 3 a.m. So we'll be tracking that down the shore, Walter. But again, if you do not have to go outside today, your best condition is just to enjoy this cozy rainy Sunday inside. And also, speaking of the rain, it's been a little rain out here, but that's really not a main concern. It's just been kind of drizzling down here on the Atlantic City Expressway, but we are going to continue to watch those conditions, Walter.
Slow go on the expressway for sure. All right, thank you, Cheyenne. You can download the free 6ABC app to stay up to date with this coastal storm. That's where you'll find the latest forecast updates, plus the NJ Transit bus and rail routes impacted. Penn State has fired head football coach James Franklin. This comes after a string of disappointing losses. Jason Dumas joins us live in studio with more. And Jason, a lot of people saw this coming.
Yeah, for sure. It's a cold world, Walter. I knew James Franklin's job was in jeopardy, but I figured they'd let him finish out the season. Clearly, the decision makers in State College did not see it that way. In fact, they are paying him nearly $50 million to go away. That is the second highest buyout in college football history. Franklin finished his career with a 104-45 career record at Penn State. But Walter, we will have more on this developing story and possible replacements for Franklin coming up in sports.
At Penn State, good is not good enough.
No.
All right. Thank you, Jason. A homicide investigation is underway after police say a security guard shot and killed a man at the IHOP in Center City. It happened at the restaurant along the 1300 block of Walnut Street at about 11:10 last night. Investigators say a 43-year-old man was shot in the head by a female security guard in the lobby. They believe the man was unarmed. The man was taken to the hospital where he later died. Now, police haven't said if any charges might be pending. A man is critically injured during a shooting in the Tioga Nicetown section of Philadelphia. Officers responded to the scene, the 1000 block of West Sedgley Avenue, at about 5:15 this morning. There, they found a man had been shot in the head. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. So far, no arrests have been made. The diverse cultures of Africa were celebrated during the 11th annual African Family Heritage Mass in Southwest Philadelphia today. Archbishop Nelson Perez was the principal celebrant and homilist for the service right there at St. Irenaeus Catholic Church. The special Mass commemorated the rich heritage and diversity of the African Catholic community in Philadelphia. Action News was invited on board the USS Cooperstown today for its all-hands call. The combat ship is currently docked in Penn's Landing. Chief Naval Operations Admiral Darrell Claudel greeted the crew at the Cooperstown. The event also marked the remembrance for the 17 sailors of the USS Cole who died in an attack back in the year 2000. The Cooperstown is in town as part of the Navy's 250th birthday celebration. Still, the Common Action News, President Donald Trump travels to Israel as a hostage exchange between Israel and Hamas appears imminent. Plus, preparations underway for the star-studded Victory at Sea concert right here in Philadelphia. Plus, a woman from Souderton celebrates a very special birthday. And meteorologist Brittany Boyer is back with your full AccuWeather forecast when Action News comes right back.